Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be doing a rec review at around 1100 to 1200, actually close to 1200 from Yeti Monk, one of my Patreon members. We've reviewed one of his games in the past on the channel. He was around 1150. She's making some slow and steady progress. That was around a month ago at this point. And let's see if he can get to 1200. I'm not sure if he's been to 1200 before or not. Remember, at this level, oscillations are totally normal when trying to climb the rank ladder. But I will be looking for improvements of his game since the last rec review, because at the end of the day, that is what matters with these coaching sessions, or these rec reviews. And let's take a look here. So he's playing as the Portuguese in red. We're going to play the Dark Age at 2x speed, just because there's usually not that much going on. Dark Age is not perfect at this level. Like, for example, the Slumber Camp should be in the center of the woodline, but that's very small. It is worth pointing out, though. Like, always make your lumber camps in the middle of woodlines. It just makes you more efficient, and you'll just see it's gonna be nicer for you. And also, yeah, definitely gotta watch out with your villas where you're putting them. And okay, already building up some idle TC time. So Dark Age, I wonder why. I think it might be because you're sheep scouting. To be honest, we're gonna bring in the first boar. Okay, not a bad boiler. Your scouting is great, to be honest. Scouting is solid, but we're off to a shaky start, to be honest. I'd want to see this get cleaned up. Like, I have a good mill. I have high standards for Dark Age for you guys, and I insist, like, for the people watching as well, Dark Age is the easiest age to perfect, so we're gonna have to try to perfect that. The auto TC time has to go. I want to see a much cleaner Dark Age consistently. This might be an off game for sure, but consistently we should have a very clean Dark Age if you want to climb and get to those higher elos. Good deer lure, though. It's after those few early hiccups, it's getting a lot better, actually. Going for the second deer, bringing the second boar, of course. Very nice. And we'll watch the game from Yeti's perspective here to see what's going on here. Clean lure, that's what I'm talking about. Clean lure. Sick. While luring the deer, that's not easy. That is not easy. Bringing that deer. Oh, but the idle time's at 1 minute now. See, that's the problem. So when we're luring deer, when things get hard, oh, I have a trick, actually. When things get hard, you're clearly idling your TC. But I have a trick. You have 400 food in the bank. What you should do is just literally spam 5 vills in Dark Age, like for everyone. Don't just make 1 vill and then stop. You're doing nothing with the food. Just spam 5 vills so that when you're luring boar and deer, your TC is constantly working, okay? Please use that trick. You're going to have 0 idle TC. Dark Age is not like the rest of the game where you need to save the resources for something else. You don't want to spam like 15 from one building. In Dark Age, it doesn't matter. You just spam the villas. It's all good. And I like this. He's actually skipping Loom. It's how you can tell it's one of my guys. Skipping Loom on the way up. Okay. Now we can slow it down, because now we got to really start making some decisions. So we're staying 1 lumber camp, which is good, because we're Portuguese. The mill counts as the second lumber camp, since, of course, it generates wood. But that barracks is absolutely terrible. It's behind our main gold, and it's also way too close to the main gold. So this will clog you. You're going to have some problems around main gold. I'm pretty much sure of it. This game, because of where that barracks is located. I highly recommend we make the barracks either in front of the main goal to protect it, or just on the side somewhere else, like for example right here, and you can use that as a wall, maybe down here. The barracks is a really big building, 3 tiles, and has a lot of HP. This is the perfect building to wall with. So putting it here where you can't really wall with it is a disaster. You're playing around it by making the mining camp on the right, and now we're making a second lumber camp. So now things are falling apart for me. We don't really need the second lumber camp with Portuguese. You could skip it. Going for it is not necessarily a mistake. It's just that now, especially if you get horse collar, we can't afford our building. So if you want to go for like a range, we can't afford to make it. So either you make the lumber camp earlier at the start of, as soon as you click up, you send villas to make. Nice. Nice trap there. That was actually sick. Let's go, brother. That was sick. But yeah, either you make the lumber camp at the start, as soon as you click up to Feudal, make the lumber camp, or just stay on the 1 with Portuguese should be fine. But now I'm noticing something weird, like you're not making your building. Maybe it's because you scouted your opponent just doing stable. You don't want to go for a range yet right now. But yeah, usually you want to go for a range first, so that while you're making the farms, you can start massing archers. But okay, it looks like you're just making some spears and defending, which is not a bad choice if that's what you want to go for. In that case, we should wall. Also, brother, these farms are not it. I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to keep the stragglers, but you don't need that many stragglers. You can keep like 1 or 2 stragglers, and the rest keep the farms like close near the TC. There's some T90 farms going on here, from what I'm seeing. Shout out Tinani. He's getting better. He's getting better. All right, archery range coming down. Then a couple of houses. Yeah, so we did want to go for the range. Yeah, so let's take a pause here. Let's take a pause. Let's go back a minute or two mentally here. We hit feudal age. This is the steps you got to do things in, and it's unnegotiable. So start of feudal, you right away get your production building. Like it's in the builder, right? I have a strategy guide. It's in the builder. It's the step by step. It's first you make your building. So archery range or stable. If you can't afford it, just wait for the wood to come in. In this case, we want a range. So you make your range, probably barracks and range up here. This is how I would do it. Then you get double bidax. Then you decide if you want a horse collar or not. With archer build, I usually skip it, but if you want it, it's no big deal. And you do that. You get horse collar while you're, making archers already. And take a look at your situation. You don't need these 4 farms early. You have 400 food in the bank. What you need is more gold and more wood to make your archers. And making the farms and getting horse collar early doesn't do anything for you. So archer range first, then eco upgrades. So you produce archers, then you start farming. It's very important to do that. And I also want us to be walling in better areas. Like this is just not really... Yeah, this wall is not doing anything here. Because that's actually cutting your base in half. Your main gold is really important here, and your berries are really important here. So that wall is doing nothing. Yeah, it's not doing a whole lot here. Okay, let's see. We don't need to fast forward. Let's see what's going on next. So now, the most important thing is to start making some archers. Like I said, if you didn't want to make the range, I actually thought it's cool. If you don't want to make a range, you want to just go spear defense, that's fine. Spear defense into faster castle, maybe into knights. That's cool for me. But if you wanted to make the range, no. We do the range first, okay? We're starting to make some farms now. This is good. After the range is up, farming now is good. And I also like that you're walling, but you're walling in the wrong areas once again. You should be walling out here to keep your berries safe as well, right? What's the purpose of the wall? It's not to just close your base, it's to defend your villas as well, right? So wall out here, much better towards that house. Good spear defense though. I like that. I like that you're not cheaping out on the spears. Like I like that we have 2 there and 2 there. So you're clearly aware of your important areas. You're clearly aware of it because you got the spears positioned there. But your walls are not defending your important areas. Like that blacksmith again should be in the front to protect the berries. And if you do that, right? If you wall around here and then to here, so your TC is defending here, then those spears can move over to this side, for example, or those spears can attack and put pressure with some archers and spears you might be able to break in. So by walling in front of your important areas and then eventually working your way to like a full wall, follow my mouse here, you're going to be able to secure your base and keep yourself safe so you can actually attack. All right, now we're going to pick up fletching and we're working our way to Castle Age. But take a look at the ILTC time. We are down 3 villagers. Nothing happened. No one killed anything. 0-0 on the KD in terms of vills. We're down 3 vills. This is exactly what I want to avoid here. This probably just needs to come down to practice. Oh, there's actually a hole here. I hope it doesn't run away. This actually comes down to practice. I think Yeti, it doesn't play a lot from what I've spoken to him. It doesn't play a lot of ranked games. And so it probably just needs a bit more practice. No, the scout is leaving. Hit him back, hit him back. Oh, I don't think he's watching. No, Yeti. Oh, the archer's cooking. The archer's cooking. We're not even close. All calculated, all planned. I was tripping. That was sick. Still making some spears. Now, I don't mind adding in spears if we're going to go pikemen, for example. But I don't know if we really need spears right now. I think the main goal right now should be getting to a faster castle. And the way to do that is to just focus on the resources that you need. So, for example, these 3 guys, you don't need more wood. You just need them to be on gold to save up for that 200 gold. So those 3 should go to gold. And all this is part of like the strategy guide again. Like the build that I make, it takes you to Castle Age if you follow it. And it definitely emphasizes to get more than 4 on gold. Because how it works is your first 4 on gold is enough for 1 range archers. But you're not saving up if you just do 4 on gold. So after you get down your 1 range archers, you get your farms down for 800 food. Then you want to have like 8 or 9 on gold so that you get 800 food and 200 gold at the same time. That is the whole idea of Feudal Age. And I really want to emphasize this as well because like I do a lot of coaching. So many games look like Yeti Monk's game right now where you're not even playing bad. Like nothing happened to us. It's not like we made mistakes. It's just that we're not doing fundamentally, we're not doing the right things. So now we're going to gold, which is good. Now you're going to start stockpiling. It's just a little late, but hey, better late than never. And we have good archers. We have good spears. The two biggest things that have hurt us so far is the idle TC time, or three things. The idle TC time, our building placement has not been great, and we're just a little late to Castle Age now because we're late to gold. So for example, you're clicking up at 1920 in this exact same build with Portuguese. I click up minute 16, and obviously I don't want you to be at my level. You'd be 2k6 or whatever, and it's not about like a direct comparison. It's just to show you the potential. You've got 3 minutes of potential there to shave off. Now, example, if I click up at minute 16, minute 18:30, minute 19, I'd be in Castle Age. Imagine if you're in Castle Age right now. It's 20 minutes. Imagine you're in Castle Age right now with crossbows. What is this guy doing against crossbows? Similarly, if he was Castle Age, what is this guy doing to +2 knights? And this is what I really want to highlight with lower level games, is that you guys are playing pretty well in terms of what units you're going for. But if you just clean up the Dark Age and Feudal Age, this is why I often, like, when people ask me, hey, I'm 1200, I want to improve. I'm 1800, I want to improve, perfect your Dark Age and Feudal Age. Because if you can just get a perfect Dark Age Feudal Age, and then you're a potato in like, at minute 25, if you transform into a potato, you would still win most of your games. Because in that 5-minute window to when you're in castle, you can destroy your opponent, okay? You can destroy your opponent and you can roll them with like either crossbows, breaking in and just killing everything, because crossbows destroy skirms, right? If they're still in Feudal Age. And same thing for him. If he goes knights, you're going to get destroyed because you're not walled and he would just raid you, right? The spearmen don't, they help against scouts, but not really against +2 knights too much. Archers are also not great against +2 knights. So I really want to emphasize that there's a lot of improvement to be done in Dark Age and Feudal Age, and that's 100% where you should focus on. We're still going to watch the rest of the game so we can see what more you could have done later. But in my mind, you should 100% focus on those two areas. Perfect Dark Age, then move on, get a perfect Feudal Age. If you want to learn how to play Age of Empires, that's the way to do it. And don't think of it like it's boring or it's a chore. Think of it like it's rewarding. Like when you click up. Like the Castle Age spike, when you get fast to castle and you attack your opponent, that's gonna feel so satisfying for you. So like, it's not gonna be a chore. It's more or less just gonna get you to have more fun because you're gonna destroy your opponent in that Castle Age window, which is obviously very nice. Okay, so now we haven't moved out once, so we don't really know what our opponent is doing, and this is, I have a small problem with that. But then again, you can't really move out because you're actually not fully walled. So I won't be too harsh on the not moving out. We're gonna make a 2-stable transition. This is probably because you're expecting skirmishers, which you are actually right. There is skirms on the field, so you got lucky because you didn't know he was on skirms, but you guessed correctly. But this is okay. Okay, this is fine. We're gonna go 1 TC, crossbow, bodkin, and knight production. Okay, this is great. Now you get bowsaw, and you're perfect. I don't want to see a 3rd TC for another 2 minutes though, and the reason for that, and for the viewers watching as well, is that, yeah, bowsaw, good. We have 2 stable knights. We need to let these work. If we go for a 3rd TC right away, we won't afford any knights. Okay, perfect. Now we're moving out in Castle Age, get a few scouts for free. And now we've got the knights. You know what? I'm liking the strategy you're doing right now. This is the best part of your game so far. You got the perfect upgrades. You're not going to be moving out with your knights. Again, imagine if we just weren't like 5 or 6 vills behind because of the idle TC time. Because now, like, res collected, it's actually even. It's insane. It's even despite you have 6 less vills. Like, that's unheard of, right? Very interesting. If you had those 6 extra vills, you had an efficient economy, you'd probably have more resources, and you just have more to play with. Like right now, you're able to afford 1-2 knights, and the cat coming in. let's get you out of the camp. Yeah. So right now you're affording 1-2 knights, and that's pretty much it. If you can afford like 4 or 5 knights, it'd be even better. And now we should be attacking. We just took a good fight. We killed 3 scouts. We should be attacking at least a little bit, putting pressure, killing the palisade walls. Palisade walls are nothing. We melt those in castle. 3rd TC, that's actually a good timing. It's after you got a few knights out, a few crossbows. I like that timing. It was not right away, which is actually correct. And now we have a ton of options. But what I tell people now is like, just spend your resources. So now on anything that makes sense, like for example, like 2 more knights, no-brainer. 2 more knights is a no-brainer. Forging is a no-brainer. I just get those 2 things and you spend your resources here. Nice. You're keeping your town centers active. How can you keep your town centers active in Castle but not in Dark Age? It's harder. It's supposed to be harder in Castle Age, no? Maybe I'm wrong on that. Let me know in the comments. So what's harder to keep your TC flowing? Is it Dark Age with the deer and boar luring, or is it Castle Age? Maybe with the trick I taught you in Dark Age now, you should be golden. Just spam those. Literally spam those. It's brain dead. Then you're good to go. No idle TC. Okay, now you're breaking in and you're breaking out. I guess you're just trying to like get a way out. You're not really too sure how deep you can go. You will run into some scorpions here, so I do want to see how you react. Back home, we've got a few idle vills to take care of. Knights go in for the scorps. Honestly, that was pretty... Yo, that was actually pretty perfectly played. You sniped 2 scorps. That was perfectly played. You sniped the 3 scorpions, and you got out with the crossbows. So obviously now you know you probably have to just run away. And I really want to emphasize once again, imagine we had a perfect Dark Age Feudal Age. We'd have four more knights there minimum, maybe even 6 more knights, probably with more upgrades. You just win on the spot. You'd literally win on the spot. Since we have less, then you take a decent fight, then you have to run away. It's not bad, but it's not good. Okay, now we're 3 TC. Our opponent is only on 1. He's now, oh man, mass migration for the second. And we're already on 3 TC. So now, keep the 3 TC rolling, keep the idle TC at a minimum, and we should be pulling ahead in vills, which is good. In the meantime, we've got a lot of knights. And I don't mind if we don't use them. If you're focusing on economy, I'm cool with that. Let's just, at the same time, continue spending the res. And at this point, as our economy is getting bigger and bigger, you want to start thinking about more production buildings. Either that or you think about Imperial Age. It's 2 choices. So here, if you want to go Imp, that's fine. You get a monastery, pick up a few relics, work your way to Imp. Uh-oh. Pods. Always patrol across the map. Yeti. Always patrol. Always patrol. Patrol or attack move. The cat's got to go down. Bye, cats. Go eat. Go eat or play. Okay. So you always patrol across the map. You have to. In that case, you would have got a few free hits on the knights, and you'd keep track of them. So from now on, we always patrol or attack move when walking across the map. We don't just right-click. Very, very important. Once you learn that, you'll never go back. Patrolling is the way. It's the way to do it. Another small trick, when you're making villas with your town center, always put a gather point on something. It doesn't matter what, just always do it. So they don't come out idle. And we're getting a stone mining upgrade, which is good. It's spending the resources, which I like. It's an investment. Why not? Handcart. Oh, he watched my handcart video. Let's go. Handcart early gets me excited. And now you're getting housed a bit. You need a villa at the back of the base to just make houses here. Quick walling is not necessary. Just get your knights back. Garrison the villas. Yeah, you're good. You're good. Nice. I like that you didn't focus on quick walling too much. You tried once, didn't work. Screw it. Who cares? Get your army back. Chase those knights away. Yeah, don't move them together, by the way. Just send the knights. Like the crossbows at this point, the crossbows can honestly just like sit in one area. Either you attack or you just leave them somewhere else. The knights are what's mobile here. You don't want to group up your immobile with your mobile army at all. That's definitely bad. Okay, so like here, I already have the winning game plan. You're mining a lot of stone and you have a lot of resources. Let's spam knights, 2 more stables. Oh, we can't afford that, but oh, okay, we can. Oh, you want to go up to Imp? Okay, fine. But what would be like easier is just 2 more stables, spam knights, use the knight that you're spamming to gain control of the front, forward castle, then go up to Imp. That's the way to do it. That is the way to do it. But going up to Imp is not a bad thing either. Like going up to Imp right now could be fine. Starting to float some res, getting a market. That's good. We definitely need a market here. And not much is happening, so we can fast forward a little bit here. I think you're playing towards Imperial Age. Okay, Imperial Age is coming in. Okay, this is not bad. Again, okay, so the reason why I wanted you to first get the map control before clicking up to Imp is like, now you're making a castle. You're making a castle back here. And actually your opponent will make a castle here. Like, imagine if you made the castle here, or even here. Your opponent would just kind of like choke after that. Good fight though with the knights. This is amazing. Also, just get more upgrades, by the way. Like, forging is 150 food, bro. It's like, you're not even gonna feel it. Just pick that up. Okay, now we gotta decide what units we want to go for. So up to Imp, which is good. Like, this should be a win still. Like, honestly, we played well in some aspects, and then we obviously played poorly in others. But overall, I think we had a better game than our opponent here. Okay, so now after we clear up a raid, everything gets back to work. Fix all your idols. Gonna get ballistics, Imperial Age coming in. Now you have a market. Now, there's no excuse to have 1200 gold. Actually, there is an excuse to have 1200 gold. I got raided a lot. I got raided. I filled gold. I'm rich. It's fine. Okay. But instead of having the 1200 gold, let's use that. Like, let's spend that on something. And the way to spend it is just use the market, buy whatever else you need, like wood or food, and then use that to spend the rest of the gold. Like, for example, we'll use 500 gold and buy like 400 wood. Then we'll drop 3 more stables and we'll make knights with the rest of the gold and food. And that would be perfect. Then we go cavalier. We get masonry and murder holes. Okay. Don't mind. It's fine. But let's just get some trebs out first. I hope that's going to be the priority here. Because usually you get those upgrades if you're losing the treb war. But here you're actually going to be winning it. So you don't really need to go for those upgrades. What's more important than that is actually just going for military upgrades. Yeah, so here, on the way up to Imp, you should already be thinking what unit you want to go for. So decide what unit you want to go for. And then, like, really focus on getting the upgrades for that unit first. So, like, if we're going to go Cavalier, which, by the way, is a completely fine choice, then we're going to get, like, more farms, more stables, Cavalier upgrade, you know, blacksmith upgrades right away. And that's our unit. It's going to be Cavalier plus Treb. If you want to go Arbalest, you get more ranges. You get Bracer Chemistry, Arbalest, and then you get more of that unit. And then you play Arbalest Treb, which is, again, also a very fine comp with Portuguese. They can do pretty much anything. As long as you're using gold units, you're going to be golden with Portuguese. Yeah, we should be winning the Treb War now. So again, Masonry and Murder Holes were kind of a waste, I'm not going to lie. They're good on defense, but you're not really on defense. You're on offense right now. Okay, now we're going to go for Cavalier. So the goal was Cavalier. What's happening here is that you're giving your opponent so much time. If you're up in age, especially like look at the score, 1500 score, go forward very fast. Delete the house. Everything moves forward. A second castle forward. We gotta go, go, go. Don't give your opponent any time here. That castle was not bad, by the way. On a hill defensively with the gold, it's actually kind of chill. I like that quite a bit. Forging's not coming in. Arbalest. No. Absolutely not. Not in my house. Not in my house. You lied to me. You told me you're gonna go Cavalier, and then you wasted all your money on Arbalest. You told me you're gonna go get groceries at the store, and as you come back with cigarettes and freaking lottery. Take that Arbalest away. We're not going Arbalest. We're going Cavalier. We're missing upgrades. We're missing upgrades. You haven't even mowed our lawn. You're mowing the neighbor's lawn. Forget Arbalest for now. We are gonna go for Cavalier. Get all the upgrades. Get more stables. Get more farms. Make Cavalier. You have 16. 16. Barely enough for a soccer game, bro. Football game. Whatever you call it. Don't tech into 2 different things. Look at your Arbalest. Pathetic. Bodkin and Bracer. No Bracer. Bodkin Chemistry. That's it. You have like 4 upgrades. You have 8 of them. You have 8 of them. Let's double down on Cavalier and just steamroll him, right? Get all the upgrades. Get an extra 10, 20 Cavalier instead of getting the Arbalest upgrade and floating some res. And then we'd be completely set. There's nothing wrong with Cavalier. You only make a tech switch when, number 1, you fully upgraded your main unit, or number 2, you see an opponent's counter. In this case, there's no counter from the opponent. So there's no reason to mix units before one of them is fully upgraded. I really want to be clear on this, and I'm being especially harsh, by the way. I'm being especially harsh so you remember it next time. Because if I say, oh, it's fine, it's not great, but it's fine, you're not going to remember next time. It's terrible. Never do this again. Fully upgrade the Cavalier, because now look, opponent has more upgrades. And he has more of them. He's winning the fight, even though we should be winning. We're so far ahead. Like the Arbalest at the back, just basically cheerleaders. They're not doing anything. They're just tickling the Cavalier. And we spent like 1,000 res on those Arbalest as well. When that could have been literally 8 more Cavalier. Now, we're in the middle. We're getting Sunring. We're getting plate body armor. We have no military. No military. We're just getting upgrades for 2 different units. And we're not actually getting to any military. So what you should do is get Cavalier, fully upgrade Cavalier, get to 200 pop with Cavalier, and then on your way there, once you're fully upgraded, then you make another unit. I don't mind if you want to go Arbalest Cavalier. It's fine. It's double gold comp. It's expensive. Pikeman. I was wrapping my head around 2 units, brother. You throw in a third. You threw in a third unit, man. That's doing me dirty here. It's way too early in the morning to be dealing with 3 units before 200 pop. As I was saying, we get to 200 pop with Cavalier. Then, on the way to 200 pop, when we have fully upgraded Cavalier, you can make a tech switch. I don't mind double gold comp. It's fine. But at least, you know, get the first unit full upgraded first. And then switch to the second. Because now, and first of all, it's really hard to control multiple units as well. It's really hard. Have you tried to play with, like, Skirm Knight? It's way harder than just pure Knight. Same thing in Imp. It's hard to play with Pikeman, Arbalest, Cavalier. That's a really hard comp to micro, right? So you're making it harder on yourself. You're spreading yourself very thin. And take a look at what's actually happening. All the tech you're getting is not actually doing anything. So you have more economy. You had a better position. You had the momentum. And you spent all that time just teching into different things without actually getting a practical purpose. Again, this happens to so many people. So many people. Now, honestly, we're going to fast forward because I'm smelling a throw right around here. It's a 2,000 ELO, 2,000 score difference. But I feel like we're going to throw. And we're getting architecture, which actually makes sense since we're on defense, but we should have been on offense. Oh, he's getting cooked by the castles. Now we're going hand cannoneer. Hand cannoneer as well, so we're making so many units. I want to highlight, none of what you're doing is inherently wrong in terms of the unit choices. Like, Cavalier is okay. Halb is okay. Hand cannoneer is okay. Arbalest is okay. Portuguese is a good civ. All the units are, like, solid. But 4 units, and you have 4 different units, and you have less than 25 units in your army. That's like, it's crazy, right? It's so many different units. And again, it's hard to control. So instead, what you do is just patrol everything, which I don't blame you. Like, there's no way to micro that army. What I would rather at this stage is for us to be on Cavalier, and then a secondary unit is Arbalest that came in later. The game would be much better. And even if you're not on that, you can just be on Cavalier plus Halb. It's also completely fine. But actually, you're still gonna win. Oh, let's go. We're still winning. Yo, this is huge. We killed all the scorpions. Yo, he had the castle as well. Architecture was low-key clutch. GG! We won! I was griefing. I thought we were gonna lose. I already, to be honest, I already had the funeral ready. Like, your coffin was already in the backyard here, to be fair. I gave up hope, I'm not gonna lie. But I'm glad we got the win. Yeah, so 2 things. Your late game, keep it simple for yourself, brother. Just pick 1 unit. Just do me a favor. Actually, try this for 1 game. Just do a 1 unit challenge. Just pick 1 unit. That's it. Nothing else. 200. I don't care if you're running Cavalier and your opponent is on full Halb. Just stick to it and raid. I promise you, you're literally just gonna win because your plan is simple. Your plan is simple. Look, like, if you're talking about perfect Age of Empires, yes, we need multiple units. We need different comps. They work better together. But this is not perfect Age of Empires. None of you is expanding. None of you is 200 pop. This is very basic level of Age of Empires. But, you know, it's not beginner. It's actually like a decent level. 1200 is not bad. But it's still basic. So what we want to do is double down on basic. We like basic. We like simple. So try this. Do only 1 unit. Stick on only Cavalier. Get to 200 pop. If you have 60 Cavalier, your opponent has 20 Halbs, you're still going to win the fight. In this case, your opponent had 10 Scorpions, 20 Cavalier, and few Trebs, and 10 Skirms. If you get the 60 Cavalier, you will roll him. You stick him into the coffin instead of you that I was setting up. And it's not going to be even close. So in late game, keep it simple. Try the 1 unit comp. And only tech switch into something else when you have the unit fully upgraded or when you see a hard counter. If you ask me, even if you see a hard counter, Cavalier versus Halb, I think you can still win with Cavalier. All you have to do is raid and be creative. But fully upgrade Cavalier, switch onto something else is the way to do it. Second thing, just to recap, Dark Age and Feudal Age is still where you need to really take a look at your game. Watch my games. Take another look at the build order, the strategy guide, whatever build you're following. In this case, like straight archers and the crossbow. You could do that way better, and I'm sure with a little bit of practice, you'll clean up the early game. And the rest of the game becomes much easier once the early game gets cleaned up. I think you're making good strategic choices. Like, for example, like your strategy mind is good. Like, you have a castle on the hill, you started repairing it. You knew this was a very important position. You had 2 castles close together. You also had TCs to the right area. Castle here was nice. You're expanding to the right resources. So your strategic mind is good. You just need to be a little bit more efficient and play a bit more basic of a game plan and just execute it better. Nonetheless, GG, well played. Good win there. And yeah, let me know on YouTube. I usually do these off stream. Like this is off stream, yeah, but I usually don't upload this to YouTube. Let me know, please, in the comments if you want to see more like this. I'll also be looking at the viewership to see if it's good and if something that people want to see. If it is, I'll get you guys more. Like, comment, subscribe if you do want to see more like this. I don't mind doing them. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. If you want to also get on with this like Patreon rec review, check out my Patreon, link down below. There's a lot of cool things. You have my strategy guide with like 14 build builders that I make myself and that I use in pro games. Then you have like exclusive Patreon videos, and you also have a way to get into 1v3 games with me. You have a secret Discord where you can ask me questions anytime, 24/7. I answer them, and it's me doing it. I don't have like an agent. I answer the questions 24/7, anything Age of Empire 2 related. And I also have rec review every month for my Patrons as well, depending on the tier. If that's of interest, check me out. I take my Patreon very seriously, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Take care, and bye for now.